welcome to another live. Today I just want to do a little demonstration here to show you how to plate that beautiful plate you saw on the thumbnail. So for that I need here first arugula. Here's a fresh arugula that I just plucked from our garden. So I'm going to blancher the arugula. That is, I'm going to cook it for a few seconds, about 30 seconds or so, or 20 seconds about in this cooking water. And I'm going to add it to the cold, ice cold water there to keep the color green of the arugula. That is the main reason why I am doing this. So I'm going to add it to my cooking water. So it's so easy, not difficult. So we call this blanchering. So I'm going to blanch. So I'm going to blanch, and then I will remove it. Then I add it to the cold water. This prevents the green color from changing to brown, and it keeps it green. So that is the only reason why I'm doing it. So I'm going to continue blanchering. Looks so green. It's fresh arugula that is plucked from our garden. So now it takes a few minutes to blanch. So just remove it after a few seconds, about 30 seconds. So now it's okay. I'm going to add it again to the cold water. So ice cold water, it stops it immediately from cooking. So I'm going to stop the cooking. I'm going to pour away this water and I'll be right back. So I'll allow this to cool down a bit. So look, it's to ice cold, in the ice cold water, and I will allow it to cool down so that the color will be green and it will not decolorate. So that is the only reason why I am doing that. So I'll be right back. Okay. I'm going to now, first of all, I need some gelatin for this. So I'm going to hydrate the gelatin in ice cold water for a few minutes, about 2 or 3 or maybe maximum 5 minutes. So I'm hydrating the gelatin. So now I'm going to sieve the beetroot through a fine sieve to remove any impurity. You have to use a very fine sieve so that this sieve is a bit big. No, it's okay. So just pass it through the sieve. I will still check if it needs to be still sieved a bit. I think so. So I'm going to bring another sieve. So you need a very fine sieve, a very fine strainer to remove every impurity. So because I just blended it, and I need to remove all the little beetroot, you see, um, grains beetroot.
Tuka, say hi to you.
Hi Toka, hi, good evening, welcome to another live. Where are you watching me from? Let me know. I'll be back in a few minutes. Yeah, 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 okay, I set my pan again. So I'm trying to organize a little bit of things here and there. That is why I'm moving from here to there. But in a few moments I'll be right with you in full so we can continue. So is the aim. I'm hydrating the gelatin here for a few minutes that I'll be using for making the gel.
Tuka, say I am Rina. I am from America.
Oh, welcome, welcome, Lina from America. Thank you for joining me. Are you a new watcher here, or are you new here? Oh no, okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are a fan. Thank you for being one of our fans. We appreciate you and thank you for joining us in this live episode. So today I want to demonstrate something also simple, just like what you saw on the thumbnail there. That is a gel of a beetroot, and then is beetroot is gelated, and then I add some gelatin, some binding to it. Then I make a little ravioli out of it with a filling that I will be showing later. That I'm going to make um a kind of green herbs filling with nuts and some cheese to fill in that ravioli with beetroot. So let me put some things together, a few minutes, and I'll be right there. Thank you. Thank you, Lena. Thank you. Thank you, Tuka. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Okay.
Lina,
Lena,
welcome. Thank you so much. I am a new subscriber for your channel.
thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm going to, it's just sharing here the the beetroot a bit, and it starts cooking. So the purpose here is to make a little bit of gel sheet. So gel sheet which will help us to make that filling, to make it in a kind of ravioli. So that is the aim of really making this sheet. So I will allow it first to cook. Then I will add here a little bit of agar. Just a bit. I'm adding 1% of agar to the boil because I need to add gelatin to hold the sheet very well. So I'm going to let it cook for about a minute or about a minute and a half. So hydrate the agar very well to work better. So now it's cooked and it's okay. So I will take it off the heat. So I'll take it off the heat. I will set it here, but then I'm going to add some. I'm going to add some seasoning because it doesn't have taste. It's just a plain beetroot juice, so it doesn't have any taste. So as usual, I'm going to add a little bit of sushi vinegar to it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joker. Thank you. Hi, hi, choose Goose. Hi. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. So I'm going to add a bit of vinegar to the beetroot. Then I'm going to try to taste it to know the flavor or to see the flavor. Sorry, I'm alone today, so I will try as much as possible to check out the chat and to see who is saying what or who is asking a question. But make sure you leave your question. Certainly I will try to answer each and every one of you. Thank you. So I'm going to test it. Yes, it's okay, it's delicious. That is what I'm looking for. I want that balance between acidity, sweet, and umami. So that is what I'm looking for in this meal. So beetroot is sweet in nature. It's like sugar is sweet in nature, the natural sweetness there. But when you give it a good balance between umami, salt, sweet, and acidity, then it's so delicious. But you must have that good balance for you to make a very delicious beetroot meal. So now the gelatin is hydrated. Look at the gelatin is hydrated. So it's soft. It has been in the liquid, in the water, in the cold water for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to add it now to the beetroot juice. So now I've added it to the beetroot juice. I'm just going to add a pinch of salt again. I already added salt, but I just feel to add a bit of salt, another salt, pinch of it, to give more balance. So I'll bring a spoon. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you once again for joining. You excellent. Chugi, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me. I'm so sorry I am alone today, but I will try my means to check out your questions and also answer you as much as I can. But just keep watching, because the aim here is just to share knowledge and share my love for what I do here in our little kitchen with you guys. So I'm going to remove the foam because I don't want air bubbles in the sheet. So it makes the sheet not beautiful and not transparent. So that is why I will first of all remove all the foams, so that there will be no air bubbles in the sheet. So you see there's a lot of foam forming from the mixing already. It creates a lot of foam. So you have to use with your spoon. You try to remove as much as possible the foam. And you see the foam there. So I'll still take a little bit of the juice out, because I will use it later to create a little bit of foam also, with another machine to show you an additional garnish to this dish. So let me just take as much as possible the juice out, because I still need that foam. I'm not going to throw away that foam. So that foam is still needed. So you see, every foam has been removed. Almost every, not every, but almost has been removed. So the liquid is plain. So It's Chef Vivian here. Thank you everyone for joining me for another live episode from our little kitchen here in our little country of Belgium. Hello everyone, welcome once again to this live streaming. Just want to demonstrate a quick show here about that thumbnail you saw there before you click to this video, to show you how you can transform just beetroot to a delicious and elegant fine dining plate in the comfort of your own home. A little and a simple ingredient like beetroot. So I've got it. So you need for this demonstration also a cold. So let me put away the blender first, so that it's not disturbing us. It's not the blender, the cooker, sorry. So you have to make sure you have a cold plate like this, so that, let me bring my, so that you can form the gel immediately. So I'm going to pour it now on top of in the tray, a little bit like this to create the sheet. Then you have to move it a bit. You see the air bubbles there? There's an air bubble. So with this you can also just remove it by, see, so remove it like this using a fork or a toothpick. If you have a toothpick, sometimes I use a toothpick for this. So you remove it by using a fork or a toothpick. So it's okay, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. So it should be in the refrigerator for a couple of minutes. You can also make it thicker, but not too thick, because you want it to be able to fold like a sheet. So, and if you want to make it into a gel, then you don't need to worry about the thickness, because you have to cut it into blocks and then blend it in a blender. So I'm going to take it to the refrigerator and I will be back. So normally it should be had in a couple of minutes. So meanwhile, I will clean my table. I will clean my table, and then I will continue to show you the next job. So thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you. I'm alone today, so it's a bit difficult, but yes, I will attend to each and every one of you as much as possible, as much as I can. So please just bear with me. I'm here to just show you a little demonstration about what you can do using beetroot, and also create a delicious filling that you can use in that beetroot sheet. so it will not even take long. I can show you exactly what you can do, but you can also do a lot with the filling. It should not be only what I'm going to show you this evening, so you can do a lot more with that. So I have here my blender, so I'm going to remove I'm going to remove the arugula. That is arugula. I just plucked it from our garden. They are fresh, green, and delicious. Like what I was telling you, you see, the green color. You have the green color because it was blanched, and then it was then immediately transferred into a cool bowl of water, and this stop immediately the cooking, and it keeps that green color that you see in the arugula. So that is the main reason why we use cold water to immediately stop cooking process after blanching a vegetable. So I'm removing it, transferring it into my blender, and I'm going to show you everything that I will add into the arugula to give it that delicious taste that I'm looking to blend with the beetroot ravioli or beetroot pasta. So I should say this, I will still remove a little bit of the water because I don't want water in the in that sauce. I want it to be dry. There will not be too much liquid in, except the olive oil and the nuts that I'm going to add to it. So that is why I need a little bit of pepper also, to remove as much as possible any liquid in the arugula. So now I'm going to add it to the blender again. And now I have here my nuts. Oh yeah, okay. I have here the nuts. I have a mix of nuts. So you can use any nuts of your choice. So I have here some how do you call it, some Brazilian nuts. I have some almond nuts, and the third nut, I cannot remember the name anymore, but it's just a mix of nuts that I have here all together. Then I toasted the nuts a bit just to give it that nutty flavor, because when you toast nuts, you enhance the flavor of the nuts, and you give it more flavor. So instead of just using plain raw nuts in your sauce or in your blend, so when you toast it, it tastes better for me. That's why I toast it. I toast it a little bit, and I think it tastes better. So I'm going to add the nuts to the green arugula. And then I have here some grated, you see, parmigiano. So the parmigiano, it tastes very well also with arugula. It goes very well, and the arugula has also a nutty flavor which blend very well with all other nuts all together. So I'm just going to add one pack here, which is 100 grams of arugula. You can add more if you like cheese, but I think it's okay when you blend everything together. Now it will be good and taste very well. And then I'm going to add some pepper. So you want to give it a good grated pepper to, it's not going to be too strong. It's just so salt, you have to wait a bit. Blend it first and see if you still need to add some salt because the cheese is salty. So that is why you have to be careful with the salt. So I'm going to add some olive oil. So thank you everyone for joining me. The Chef Vivian here for our little country of Belgium in our little city of Cuno. Saying hello to you guys, all of you, all over the world, from anywhere you are watching me. Thank you. I'm so sorry I'm alone today, so I cannot answer a lot of your questions, but I will try to check here and there to see who is saying what and to say hi to you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. So let me continue. So I'm going to close. So I'm using also for this, I'm using this type of a blender or a mixer also for this purpose because it's easy. The arugula is like so long, and a lot of the leaves are so long, they are in chunks, big chunks. So if you are using like a small blender, it's difficult to mix, and it's also not the aim of blending everything into a smooth paste. So I just want to like chop it up into a small pieces, but not entirely into a paste. So that is why I'm using this particular type of a blender. I'm going to mix now. So you see, it's blended but cannot blend smooth like if you are using the other type of blender. So I'm going to add now more olive oil. And see, it's still thick. And then I'm going to add the rest of the olive oil. And we check it out if it's still needed. You see, it's beautiful now. That is a paste. The kind of paste is a kind of pesto, but not the traditional pesto that you all know. So I'm making pesto here from anything, because I find this from arugula very delicious. So you see, it's a kind of pesto. So I'm going to give it a good blend once more. So look at that. Look how beautiful this is. You can do anything you want with this. You can make spaghetti with this. You can make pasta. You can make I don't know, pizza. You can make a lot just using arugula. You can create a lot of recipe. This is a basic. I always try to show you guys here basic recipes that you can combine with a lot of other ingredients or other meals. So like this arugula, a kind of pesto, you can do so much using this. You can just cook spaghetti and mix it, and your meal is ready immediately to begin to eat. You can do tagliatelle and mix. You can use ravioli and mix it. And if you are vegetarian, you can even just cook potatoes and add this to your potatoes. So you can do so much using this. But I'm going to blend it just a little bit more because I see that there are still some chunks, bigger chunks of the nuts in. I want the nuts to be a little bit finer than this. So of course I'm going to test it first to make sure that the test is okay, because I have not added any salt to it, but there is salt in the cheese. So I wanted to wait until everything is blended to know if I need additional salt or not. Yeah, I think I'll add a bit of salt. And some pepper. Okay, I'm going to bring another spoon. Okay, that's right. So this is delicious. You don't need so much to make really delicious, combo. I put my blender again away. You see how beautiful it is. So you make this a kind of pesto from arugula. It's delicious. You can even eat with meat. You can even make a meat, cook a meat and you add it to your meat. It's delicious. So you see the sheet is ready. It's beautiful. The sheet. So I can just show you a demonstration, but first I will clean my table. You see the sheet is ready now. We can remove the shape that we want and we can start our folding. So let me clean my table. Thank you everyone for joining me here. Chef Vivian saying hello to you everywhere. Happy Saturday. It's almost, it's still Saturday here in Belgium. So happy Saturday and happy weekend to everyone, each and every one of you. So I'm going to present it on this plate. So I will see how, I think this plate is nice. It's white and I think it will be beautiful presenting it on this plate. So what do you guys think? Do you like this plate? Or do you want me to present it in another plate? Do you have an idea? Let me know. Tell me. Hi. Hi, Ludo. Hi, Ludo. Hi, thank you for joining me. I am alone today, but I will try as much as possible to check out who is in. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, all of you, for joining me. I'm so pleased to be your chef today again, to demonstrate some of the things we do here in our little kitchen here. So thank you. So I'm trying to set up everything for this demonstration to plate up so that you can see how the plating goes. So I'll bring my tray to help me. So I bring out also, I have here the cheese. You also need a ring like this, you know, a ring to cut out the shape. So you need a ring like this to cut out the shape. So you put it in and you see you can remove. So then I can remove it using a knife like this. So you see you can remove it using a knife like this. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to add a bit and then I'm going to add a bit of the cheese. Then I'm going to fold it. So it's a bit too much, so I'll have to reduce it a bit. So this is too much. So you have to remove it a bit if you want it less than what you have there. So I'm making like a form, you see this. So I'm going to reduce it and make the filling smaller. I'll bring a long palette for this. Something like this. Thank you, everyone. for joining me. So I'm going to add just a bit here. Not too much again, because you don't want yes, now it's okay. Wait, this one is not good, so I'm going to take another one. This first one was okay. Yeah, this is good. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for another live episode. Yes, okay, I got it now. So it's sometimes difficult, but you get it. So you see, that is what I am aiming at. Thank you, everyone. I'm making here a ravioli using beetroot. Take a little bit out. So making a ravioli here using beetroot. So I'm going to, this is cheese. This is just fresh cheese that or herbs cheese with a little bit of, I think, oregano and a little bit of thyme in it. So it's just a plain cheese or herbs cheese, I will call it. So then I'm also adding, this cheese in it, and the green arugula. So the blend of flavor is really delicious. So it's delicious. So I'm creating like a ravioli shape. So you can make it in many shapes, but if you are making it like in another shape, it also depends. You have to then make it thinner than this so that you can fold it in a plus shape or in a cross plus shape. So this, we can fold it in a round ravioli. This is a half ravioli shape. I'm folding it. So now I have made here the 4 ravioli using the beetroot sheet filled with the arugula pesto with cheese. So now I'm going to further, I will clean my hands first. So I have here the mousse. I have to blend. You see, it's getting to blend, so I have to add a little bit of water. So I'm alone here. It's a bit difficult today, but I'm going to try all possible means to show you guys as much as possible. So just keep watching so we can keep going. So I'm going to add a bit of the gel to the blender. That is just the rest of the gel. So I don't want to create something else. So my aim here is just cooking inspirational dishes. It's not all about recipes, even though I do respect mostly basic recipes, like all the traditional recipes. I do respect every part of the world, all the meals served from every corners of the globe. I do respect each and every one of you. So, but I try to give a twist to most of the traditional dishes. So I'm going to blend it. Let's mix the flour. So I'm blending now. You see I have something here out of the rest of the beetroot gel. So we have something here left. So I'm going to blend it to a fine paste, to a fine I don't know, foam, so I can use it as garnish for my plating. So I'm going to add a bit of lecithin to the mixture to create some foam. So lecithin is a substance that helps, is a kind of, is white eggs or eggs. So it gives foaminess, it gives body, or I don't know how to call it, a good consistency to your product or to your ingredient when you add it to your ingredient. So you will see just in a minute or in a few minutes time what it really does to your meal, like what you can do. Example of what you can do using this product. So I'm going to add a little half teaspoon to the beetroot juice or puree, I don't know what to call it. Okay, I'm going to clean up a bit. I'm going to pass it through a strainer to remove every impurity so that there will be no lumps. So I'm going to check it. And now I'm going to create the next garnish for this dish. So here I have the folded the ravioli. So I'm going to create the next garnish. So I'm going to use these kitchen tools to create that bubbles. The kitchen tools, we go into the beetroot juice and it will create a lot of air bubbles, and we can use the air bubbles as garnish for this plate. So now I'm going to go in first with a bit of so I add a little dropper of the pesto. So I'm going to add just a bit here. So just creating fun on the plate. So cooking is just fun. You don't really need to be so serious sometimes about creating one particular ingredient. You can just use one ingredient to recreate and begin to build imagination on what you can do using just that ingredient. And that's a lot of inspiration can come through just one ingredient. You can start saying, okay, I can do this, I can try this, I can try this, I can try this. But first of all, the most important thing is the balance of flavor. So when you have first the balance of flavor, you can move to the next stage, which is the playing with the ingredient to create something or create anything you feel like creating using that ingredient. So I'm going to add now the machine to create that air bubbles. So you can see what it does. It just builds air in this into the beetroot juice. So it pump air. You see, it start creating air. The air bubbles will come. We come to until so high, until the top of this plastic. So just in a few minutes you will see it coming up more and more. And the job of the lecithin in this product is it holds the foam firm. It holds that air bubbles firm, because when you just when you like blow air into that juice now and you leave it for a couple of minutes, what happens? The air falls back. It falls back, but with the help of the lecithin in that product, it holds the air bubbles tight for a couple of minutes before it falls back. So that is why it is so beautiful, using it in gastronomies and in fine dining. So you can like elevate your cooking just using this little machine that you see here. So you pump the air like this, you see, and it will keep going up and up and up and up again. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. So I'm going to stop now. I'm going to allow it for a couple of minutes, and then you can see we can start plating. So now I'm going to add a bit of green oil. So clean my plates later. So I'm going to add a bit of green oil. You see, it breaks immediately. It adds immediately so beautiful color to your plate. So I just want to create a rainbow effect. So you see that it's beautiful. You see the color palette is like green, red, and that pesto there. I'm just cleaning the plate, so keep it clean. So look at how clean it looks. Look at how beautiful it is. So now you see your air bubbles have settled a bit. So you can just add your air bubbles, you see, to your plate. Look at that. So you can just add the air bubbles. You can just, you see, you bring your plate just to a beautiful finishing. So then I'm going to add a little bit of so I have a little bit of balsamico. So that is black balsamico, and it adds just a nice flavor, additional umami flavor to the dish. So, and it also brings a balance of color also again to enhance this dish. So it's all about just your imagination, creativity, and and just playing with food. So that is what we do here. So that is, look at what I have created. That is the ravioli of made from the sheet gel of beetroot, and then I filled it with some arugula pesto that was made with parmesan cheese, with arugula, nutton, olive oil, pepper, and salt. And then I filled in that sheet the everything, the mixture that I made, and I also created the beetroot juice and beetroot foam by adding a little bit of lecithin to the beetroot juice, and then whipping it, allow pushing air into it using this my little friend here, my little machine friend here, to create that air bubbles. So I added the air bubbles just to add fun and texture also, and visual to the plate. And I also added a little bit of the juice to also enhance the color of the plate and also the taste of the plate, of course, because you are tasting beetroot, but not only beetroot. Then I added the green oil that is also made from arugula, and then there's a balance there from the balsamico and olive oil, with a touch there of the crunch from the outside of the crunch of the filling from the outside also of the plate. So that is my plate for you guys today. So I call this welcome every vegan to my little restaurant in our little city of Cuno, in the province of West Flanders, in our little country of Belgium. Welcome everyone. If you are vegan, you are vegetarian, you are meat eater, or you are fish eater, we make meals for everyone, regardless of your culture, your belief, or whatever that you want. But the respect for the food and culture and meals and beliefs is always 100% here in our restaurant. Of course, we are not restaurant that is open to everyone. We have a very, very intimate and unique restaurant where we cook for only 16 people at a time. So we cannot cook for more. So we only cook also on reservation. We don't open every day. We open only for reservation, like for tomorrow or for next tomorrow. So we are not a usual restaurant as every other restaurant. But we love what we are doing here in our little kitchen, and serving people delicious meals, mostly plucked herbs and vegetables from our garden, or also source of our vegetable from our local markets here, and working with mostly ingredients from our local environment, our local cities. But we also admire a lot of meals from all over the world, from everywhere. So we thank you all food lovers for keeping in touch and continue being here in this journey of food with us. Thank you for watching me and for giving me your time also to show you what I do or we do here in our little kitchen. Thank you everyone. It's Chef Vivian here, wanting to sign up again once again. But thank you guys to present once more. I call it ravioli of beetroot filled with the pesto of arugula and dressed in a rainbow color of all my mixture of my fantasy for today. Thank you so much. Signing up here for our little city of Cuno in the province of West Flanders, for our little country of Belgium. Love you guys. Thank you all for joining me, and see you in the next episode as we go to sleep. And good night everyone. Ciao. Love you guys. Bye bye everyone. Thank you.